When it comes to having the right attorney in your corner, you want to have a proven winner on your side, and Russell Dutch Boyd of VegasCounsel.com knows how to win in Las Vegas. Boyd graduated at 18 years old from law school and is also a 3-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner. And no matter what legal challenges you're facing, Boyd will help you through it all. As a litigation attorney, he covers multiple areas of law, including personal injury, business law and startup, cyber law, and crypto clients, and whatever else you might need to navigate the legal waters of Las Vegas and beyond. Just visit VegasCounsel.com to set up your free initial consultation today. That's VegasCounsel.com and let Dutch Boyd help you win today. Once again, that's Russell Boyd at VegasCounsel.com.
.1015 FM, 720 AM, KDWN, the talk of Las Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. 1 full hour of wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's bring on the tag team of Andrew Fish Fain, Joe DeFalco, and your host, Mark Hoke.
Hey, Fishy baby, I want to know, will you be my co-host?
Not if you're going to sing.
Oh, no. Joe might do it. I won't sing to Joe, though. Oh, man. Welcome to the Mark Hoke Show, everybody. How we doing today? It's a Labor Day weekend, and I think all of us are laboring here. It really seems like it.
It's 8 a.m. on a Sunday.
Hey, you know what? We do it every week here on the Mark Hoke Show. You should be used to it by now.
Doesn't get it any easier.
We've been doing this for over a year now, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. What, does it feel like a century to you there, Fish? Jesus.
Something like that.
Wow. I'm Mark Hoke. Thanks for being with us here on the Mark Hoke Show, the #1 pro wrestling news and entertainment show in this Vegas bourbon. Well, you know what? The planet. Screw it. Let's just go for it. I'm Mark Hoke, Andrew Fish Fain, otherwise known as Captain Grumpy, but he's wearing a great Orioles jersey today.
Yeah, that's me.
Bonus points for you. And Joe DeFalco of Future Stars of Wrestling just sitting back on the phone, staying out of the fray. Probably a good decision, but he's got a busy day today, too. We're all a little tired. It's been a busy weekend. Joe, how are you?
Good, but I couldn't even sleep. I was up. It was like 7:15, and I couldn't even fall back asleep. It's like, yeesh. And it's like, usually I'll take a nap or something after the show, but it's like, I got to be at the school. We got an early 2 p.m. Start time to avoid any conflicts with everybody who wants to see AEW tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be this has been a hell of a wrestling weekend, and it's not even close to being over.
It's only just begun.
Yeah. Joe, what do you have on the card tonight?
Chris Bay returns.
Oh, there we go.
We have a lot of our primetime players, Unfortunately, or actually fortunately, it was nice to see the main event yesterday featuring 2 actual FSW trainees in the main event.
I was thinking about you when that happened, Joe, and that was pretty cool. So I'm very proud of you. And of course, if you want to check out what's going on at Future Stars of Wrestling here in Las Vegas, maybe you could be the next Soul or Killer Cross. Just go to FSWVegas.com.
Right. Look at Killer Cross. Look who we ended up with. Thanks to me.
Yeah, you got a very attractive wife too. Good for him. So go visit FSWVegas.com. You can train to be a wrestler. They got a great card going on this afternoon to add to an amazing wrestling weekend, which, fellas, I'll tell you what, a pretty good card yesterday in Cardiff as WWE Clash at the Castle took place. And we've got AEW All Out coming up tonight. We've got NXT tonight. And, of course, coming up in a bonus second hour on our show, just for fun, as if all that isn't enough, Wardlow is going to be on the show, the AEW TNT champ. Got a chance to talk to him earlier this week. We're going to hear from Wardlow. And Wardlow is dropping some hints in this interview about maybe some things to come. So you might want to make sure you tune in for that. We'll have that in the second hour. And we're also going to be doing a little giveaway today, too. Our good friends, new friends over at Unique Eats here in Las Vegas. Great diner. Actually, just down the street from the station at 3100 South Durango, Suite 100. Man, fantastic healthy food from our friend Chef Dominic. And we're going to be giving away a $25 gift certificate sometime in this hour. So stick around for that.
There you go.
Yeah. See, it pays to listen to the show.
Stick around today.
Yeah. Joe, there's just too much going on. We need you. We absolutely need you. Before we get into what happened at Clash at the Castle, had to lead off with a guy in WWE who, shall we say, had a very interesting week. Just a little. And we kind of rhymed it up. Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle started off on Raw with a promo where they did a promo with him and Seth Rollins. I
believe it has to be Seth freaking Rollins now.
I try to avoid saying that word on the air because if a slip comes.
But I believe his name is Seth freaking Rollins.
It could be. But they cut a promo, and at the end of the promo, then they did a little thing at the end where are we away? And then Seth Rollins insulted Riddle, saying that his wife and kids think he's a loser and ran away and so on and so forth. And Riddle went crazy, started dropping a couple F-bombs that got bleeped out. And everybody was talking about that. Cool promo, right, guys? Would you agree? Good promo, Fish?
Yeah, it was solid.
Joe, good promo? You're a coach. Good promo?
Yeah, I get where they were going on that. They got to try to get that intensity up, and they did a good job.
Yeah. Thank God that promo happened when it did, or else Seth Rollins might have had a little more extra material. And there's a reason that we're really mentioning this, because he had an ex-girlfriend that went to Twitter who
She isn't just an ex-girlfriend. She's an OnlyFans member.
She's per the article that I am looking at on ringsidenews.com, she is an OnlyFans star. Holy cow. Matt, the dude's had a little bit of a tough time with the ladies. And now Daniela Petro I guess they had a little on and off relationship going.
I was going to say, wasn't she the one who accused them of doing some dastardly deeds in the van?
That I didn't know about.
That would be mild compared to what she's not even accusing what she has on him, and we can't even repeat 90% of it.
So there was a time it looked like he was going to be canceled because of what somebody had said. I thought it was this person, but I'm not sure.
I think it was a different person because there was some allegations of abuse or something like that. Yeah, Riddle gets around. Yeah. So this Petro goes on Twitter, tags WWE, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Alexa Bliss and Doudrop. Now, why those two got tagged, got no idea. That is still a mystery. But I cannot read this on the air. I cannot.
It is that dirty and vulgar.
It is bad.
Send it to me. I'll read it.
Yeah, and it does not make Riddle look good.
Little discussions about some interesting sexual proclivities, shall we say.
Needless to say, to me, the most important part of it is Riddle saying that he has something in his back pocket in case he gets fired.
Drug use, and this line I can read. Because he was talking about wanting to do porn with her. The porn is an insurance policy if WWE ever wants to fire me. I'll explain in person, but it makes sense. Plus, I've always wanted to do it. Holy cow. So Matt Riddle may be in a little bit of trouble in the office, but there was a reason that I needed to bring this up before we started talking about Clash in the Castle, because Riddle wrestled Rollins at Clash in the Castle yesterday.
Clash at the Castle.
Or Clash at the Castle. Well, in, at, out, whatever. Great card. But
considering how large the event was, the card was actually pretty small.
Yeah, they kept it light. Not a ton of matches. I mean, I think we got too many on All Out. Maybe not enough
on Clash at the Castle. There's only, I think, 5 matches yesterday.
I think it was 6 because
Was
they
it that
added
many?
the Rey Mysterio.
Oh,
match.
okay.
So
Well, it's kind of hard when you can't have the Usos flying anymore. So
yeah, that was an interesting little excuse to not have those boys there.
They weren't medically cleared.
They weren't medically cleared. Yes. So let's run down what happened at Clash of the Castle because it was, I thought all the matches were pretty good.
Even the kickoff match was a good match.
Yeah, I mean, Madcap Moss doing a fall-away slam on Otis. That's not easy.
No.
I was just thinking about that today, too. Maybe Madcap Moss and Rick Boogs, your buddy, should make a tag team because they are powerful men.
Yes, they are.
To say the least.
They could reunite power and glory.
Wow.
it'd be tough to do a tag team when Madcap Moss wouldn't be able to tag in Boogs. So
Joe DeFalco, always with a little nice twist on everything. So we get into this card, and I thought they set up a lot of good things for the future. I thought the matches were overall pretty good. So let's just run down through. We'll skip the kickoff one. That was a 6-man match throwaway. Damage Control. That was Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky taking on Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka. Crowd was hot for this. They were singing to Bayley, and Bayley could barely keep the smile off her face. That was the song I was doing because they always used to sing that Bayley song when she was the good girl. Now she's Bad Bayley, so you can't sing to Bayley anymore. But Bayley gets the fall on Bianca Belair, and I thought all 6 of these women performed very well in this match, guys. I really did.
Absolutely, and I think that the takeaway here is that WWE is showing that the teamwork is more important than having 3 individual stars, because the other side of Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka are 3 former champions who were kind of put together, while the other 3 are an actual team, and that's why the actual team won.
That's a good point. Joe, what did you think?
Well, you're saying they're a team. They've never actually wrestled as a team before until yesterday. But being that you put them together as a team, it would make no sense that you put a faction together and have them lose. And they did exactly what they needed to do. They brought Bayley back, and now they've positioned her. She's, fresh. She's been injured, so now she comes back. And now it's the ready-made feud with the women's champ.
And she had that feud with Bianca Belair, and it's funny they haven't referred back to that feud right before she got injured. That was going to be the setup for SummerSlam. It was supposed to be last year. It was supposed to be Bayley and Bianca Belair, but Bayley got hurt, and then Becky Lynch came in, and we all saw what happened.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be interesting to see if Dakota Kai and Io Sky get some momentum back after losing that tag team championship match earlier in the week too.
Which was kind of interesting. They had them lose that match.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about that. I mean, I like Raquel Rodriguez. Aaliyah's okay, but you got to know something's up, and maybe there's a Sasha Naomi sighting coming soon. So we'll see how that goes. Gunther and Sheamus. I warned you guys that this was going to be a rather painful match, and boy, was I right. That was
you're burying the lead though.
What's the lead?
Imperium is back.
I was getting to it. I was getting there, but I want to talk about the match first.
Well, the match didn't happen first. Imperium came back first, and then the match happened.
So Imperium has been reunited, by the way.
I don't know why they changed his name.
Yeah, well, they had changed it, because Vince decided to throw it in.
But he could have come back as Fabian Eichner, couldn't he?
He could have, but I guess they decided not to remark it again. So, but Imperium is back together. So the tag team, the stable is together, and of course the tag team is now back. So we'll be looking forward to seeing them hopefully tangling with the Usos at some point. But Gunther and Sheamus beat the living hell out of each other.
They really absolutely did. And a good part of this match was the story they told that about how bad Sheamus was beat up early, and that came back to haunt him later when he tried the brogue kick and couldn't do it.
Yeah, I loved this match. I knew this was going to be physical, and I hope we get to see this again. Joe, what was your thoughts on this one?
I thought it was fine. It was, being hyped as this is going to be the best match on the show. And, I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was anything extraordinary. It was just a hard-hitting match, and the right guy, won. It was just pretty amazing to me to see, not even just from yesterday. Obviously, it's from where Sheamus is, rumored to be from. But even on SmackDown, they were so over that team as babyfaces, which kind of surprised me.
Yeah, they are definitely getting over now, and this is going to be a good feud if they keep these 6 guys tangling, the brawling brutes. And
it's funny. It was a little awkward to me yesterday when I was watching SmackDown, and it was like, Gunther and Sheamus, they're standing, toe to toe, not doing anything while the fighting is going around, but it was like 1-on-2s. So it was just seemingly awkward that Ludwig had to go after both guys, and one had to stand around and wait while the other guy was beating up the other guy. So now at least it evens it out to where they should have brought him back on SmackDown, and it would have made it a little bit more, even and back and forth. It just seemed weird to me on SmackDown.
I think had SmackDown not been pre-taped the week before, he probably would have been back.
He probably didn't get the call from Triple H till Wednesday.
Probably.
And the match did make Gunther look that much stronger still, which is what they need because they're making that belt look that much more important again.
Yeah, this is the build.
Right, and then Sheamus didn't need it.
No.
Yeah. And this is the build to getting the Intercontinental title back on the right track.
Absolutely.
So, great match there. And, of course, we're on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDWN 101.5 FM, 720 AM, best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. I'm Mark Hoke, Andrew Fish, Fain and Joe DeFalco. Liv Morgan beats Shayna Baszler. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, that was the match that really was that was the bathroom match.
As it turned out, yeah.
And
the crowd was not in
No,
this
a championship match shouldn't be that match, but it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liv Morgan looked terrible to me. I thought it was just, hard to suspend the belief of what she was doing to Baszler. I kind of zoned out of that match pretty quickly.
I was a little shocked at an event this large that either Ronda Rousey or Charlotte Flair or both didn't return and interfere somehow in this match.
Yeah,
Well, I guess they were saving the mother load for the main event.
Yeah, there was a ton there. But Liv Morgan wins the match, and Shayna Baszler I don't know what's going to happen to her after this, but Liv is gone, or Liv continues as champ. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the sun is shining bright. The angels are singing. Do you know why, everybody?
Because you should have listened to me.
Nobody wasn't listening to you, but good Lord, we've heard it for, a year? A year.
Almost.
A year.
Almost.
It's over.
Dominic Guerrero.
Oh.
Dominic Guerrero. All we need now is Eva Marie to come back and everything will be right with the world, right, Joe?
Absolutely. They'll have the mixed tag titles, and they'll run with that for a long time. What I don't understand is, it wasn't until after Edge and Mysterio won for him to turn.
Right. So that made no sense. Him helping them and then turning.
So to clarify what exactly we're talking about, Edge and Rey Mysterio took on the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley there,
and actually a good match.
Yeah, Dominic Mysterio, Rey's son, was the second for Edge and Rey. Helped them out during the match, but at the end, as Fish has been begging for a year now on this show, Dominic Mysterio finally turned on Dad. He low-blowed Edge at the end of the match and then clobbered Rey. Yeah. And Dominic Mysterio...
Kicked Edge in the brood.
Yes, he did. And Dominic Mysterio has now turned on Poppy. And
is the new member of Judgment Day.
Is that official, though?
I believe.
We walked out by himself.
Yeah, but I think that's the story we're supposed to be getting is he's the new member of Judgment Day.
They were all... The funny part was, like, Finn and Damian and Rhea were just laughing at those guys as Dominic's walking out, ripped up the Mysterio shirt.
What the hell was the point of leaving the shoes? He took his shoes off.
That I didn't know.
Well... the newest member of Judgment Day, well, then he did a horrible job because they lost.
Yeah, I know, I agree, but what was after he turned, he took his shoes off. Does that have any symbolism or meaning?
No idea. He should have ripped his father's mask off.
Yeah, maybe that's a Lucha Libre thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Good research point, sir.
Yeah, it was weird weird and awkward, and it's like, so I looked at it as if he was going his own way.
Yeah,
I would have did a 6-person tag with Ripley in the match, and then have Dominic cost them the match.
Yeah, that makes more sense because he helped them win, which made no sense.
I think what they did at the end there was Dominic helped them win the match, and at the end they didn't really acknowledge him for what he did. They were Edge and Ray were celebrating
Roman
together.
Reigns?
I'm just saying. They didn't really acknowledge what Dominic did to help them out, and Dominic was just kind of standing there while those two were hugging and celebrating, and he got all ticked off and kablooey. So that was the last straw.
I think the problem is Dominic just isn't very good.
He's getting there, but
he's not selling well enough. Yeah, he didn't sell the turn.
I don't know. After his actions, I am banning him from entering the FSW training facility.
Wow.
Going out on a limb on that one.
Wow. Sorry, Dominic. Bad news for you at Future Stars of Wrestling.
And he can use the training facility, by the way. So
okay. That's good.
Meaning he can really use it to get better.
Okay.
Kind of slip through.
Seth Rollins takes on Matt Riddle.
Rollins.
Thank you, Fish. Great. I thought really good match.
Absolutely.
Kind of thought Riddle would be going over in this until
ring psychology was great this match.
Yeah, it was. I thought very well done. Good 17-minute match on there. But
told you why he couldn't go over.
Because he went under.
Wow. But Seth Rollins wins the match. By the way, I got to say the crowd was just live and hot for Rollins. They were singing his song the whole match. I mean,
the crowd was hot for everything. That's what happens when you only wrestle in a place once every 30 years. If they could just do that all the time, they would have great crowds.
Yeah, that was something I was going to bring up afterwards. They need to come over to Europe a little bit more.
Yeah, you listen to SmackDown, it was like Cross comes out, and you could just hear all the canned noise that just makes it terrible. And it was like, man, no need on this show. It was like, they were so excited to finally have, a major wrestling show back there.
Since they were there, it makes no sense that they didn't just go over to England and London and Manchester or Birmingham and do a Raw on Monday night there from the UK.
I was surprised. Yeah, I would have thought they'd do a Raw show there too. I mean, that's you have that Raw after WrestleMania. It's always crazy, and a lot of it is because of the foreign fans that are there that just up.
And why not even film SmackDown Live Friday night there?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
it should have been the whole weekend. It's like everybody was probably there by Thursday or Friday anyway, so it was like, you already got the camera crews. It isn't like, oh, man, it's going to be so much money. And they got billions, so who cares? It's like you would have thought the atmosphere would have been rocking from, Friday into Saturday and NXT and then Raw. I don't know. Triple H, you don't know what he's doing. Better call Vince.
Wow. But, AEW does a whole weekend with all their shows when they do a pay-per-view, so maybe they should take a lesson from that. But by the way, guys, if you need another lesson about how to make money, you got to head on over to Trading Made Easy. Get into that automated day trading. My good buddy James Vitaglia running the show over there. If you need to pick up some extra cash, head on over to Trading Made Easy. You can sign up for a free live trading session. If you're tired of that 9-to-5 job and you want to pick up some extra bucks, just go to tradingmadeeasy.com. And you can sign up there or give them a call at 800-971-4160. That's 800-971-4160. And learn about automated day trading software. Go to a free live trading session. Check it out. See if it's for you. And if it is, hey, good luck. Pick up some extra coin doing some automated day trading. So head on over there to and of course, website, by the way, is tradingmadeeasy.com because it's that easy. You only need one E, tradingmadeeasy.com. And we also have to announce in just a little bit, once we hit the commercial break, we're going to be giving away a $25 gift certificate to Unique Eats. So we're going to block those phone lines up. Angela's going to take caller number 5, and you can win a gift certificate from Unique Eats. Great food over there, just down the street from us. So check it out.
Give the phone number if they're going to have to call.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, if we could do that. 702-257-5396. Number to call is 702-257-5396. Angela's standing by. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the main event at Clash at the Castle here on the Mark Hoke Show. Everybody and their grandmothers showed up in this one. It was a wild one. Stick around, everybody. We will be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Hi, this is Mark Hoke. Has out-of-control inflation, gas prices, and grocery costs wrecked your wallet? Then check into automated day trading with Trading Made Easy. Trading Made Easy has spent 5 years helping people put cash in their pockets with their simple-to-use day trading software. So if you're ready to leave that 9-to-5 job behind, visit TradingMadEasy.com or call 800-971-4160 to sign up for a free live training seminar right now. That's TradingMadEasy.com. I'm Mark Hoke, and I've got to tell you about the incredible Family Soul Restaurant. They're the only soul food restaurant in Northwest Las Vegas, and simply put, they're the best in the city. Dan and his family have always treated me like I was a part of theirs every time we come in, and we never leave hungry. Start off with the amazing appetizers like their mac and cheese crab balls, crispy wings, and Dan's soul rolls. Then dive into Family Soul's dinners with homemade catfish, hot links, and fried chicken with all the amazing sides you could ever want, and finish it off with homemade peach cobbler and banana pudding. Plus, they're now open for breakfast Friday through Sunday, too. So head on over to Family Soul Restaurant right now at 2300 North Rainbow Boulevard, Suite 108, just off the Lake Mead and Cheyenne exits of I-95. Check them out at FamilySoulRestaurant.com or call 725-205-5085 for hours in their menu. Mention KDWN and get the People's Choice Special of catfish, yams, and greens for just $15.99. It's food for the soul and the family. Family Soul Restaurant.
1015 FM, 720 AM. KDWN, the talk of Las Vegas.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and welcome back to the Mark Hoke Show here on KDWN 1015 FM, 720 AM, the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. And by the way, we're one caller short, I believe, or somewhere in there, of giving away that gift certificate. So you can still win it from Unique Eats. Call us at 702-257-5396.
Call back if you've already called.
Yeah, just keep calling, man.
Maybe number 5.
Yeah, give it a shot. So we'd love to have you win. Speaking of winning, by the way, you guys think The Rock's going to win the Royal Rumble? Fish, you think The Rock's got a good shot to Royal Rumble?
No.
Would you bet on him?
No.
Would you bet on Cody Rhodes?
More than The Rock, because The Rock doesn't need to win it to have a fight with Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns doesn't have to be the title holder.
Joe, would you bet on Drew McIntyre or Riddle to win the Royal Rumble?
I bet $2.51 on Karrion Kross at 20-1.
There you go. Well, you know what? You can, if you want to bet on that right now. We have a little affiliate relationship with BetOnline.ag. So all you got to do, go to MarkHokeShow.com. You can bet on all your favorite pay-per-views, wrestling. Plus, of course, they've got a full sports book that you can bet, casino. You can even bet on esports over there. It's crazy. So all you betting addicts, just head on over to MarkHokeShow.com and
just in time for football season.
Yeah, click on the links. And, guys, you can believe it or not, I mean, this is a huge bonus. Huge. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Fish, are you ready? 50% off, or 50% up to $10 or $1,000 sign up bonus. So just go on our website, markhokeshow.com, click on one of the links on either a sponsor page or the main page, and put in the promo code BOL1000, and you can get 50% up to $1,000 sign up bonus at betonline.ag.
So that basically means if you deposit $100, they'll give you $150.
It's pretty good. So get on over there right now. Main event, guys, of the Clash at the Castle. And Well,
But we didn't say what happened at the end of the Riddle Rollins match. We just said it was an amazing match.
oh, what happened? Well, tell everybody what happened at the end of the Riddle Rollins match.
Because of Matt Riddle's proclivities, he was forced to lose.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Riddle loses the match, and so I guess, we should follow up on that real quick. Guys, is Riddle getting penalized at this point for what's happened here? Do you think he's in trouble?
I don't think he lost because of it. I thought that he lost because they wanted Seth Rollins to actually get a win, and the heel wins, and he keeps the feud going.
I think that's more than likely right, because I don't think that the texts and messages came out in time necessarily for them to write it that way. But it would not surprise me to see Riddle in some form of trouble for what has happened.
There's got to be some repercussions on this. This is not.
He had that same issue, like I said, with somebody else, and it kind of got brushed under the rug. He admitted to, I guess, cheating on his wife, and it was weird that they just went about where he didn't get penalized for it. So I don't know.
Well, I guess we're going to find out if Riddle stays in the game.
I guess when your boss is paying millions upon millions of dollars of hush money, it's kind of hard to get you in trouble.
Good point.
Right? They probably joked about it.
Yeah, that's a possibility. All right, so on to the main event. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Of course, Drew is from the area over there in Cardiff, and a raucous crowd. They were going absolutely crazy for, I don't know if you call him the hometown boy, but the home island boy, I suppose, as Roman Reigns had to invade that island of relevance with Drew McIntyre. And this one got insane.
It was an amazing match.
Terrific match. You got two of the best performers in the world. No question about it. Reigns comes out by himself here because apparently everybody had injury, traveling issues.
Stuck at the border.
Yeah, stuck at the border. As this match went on, we had Austin Theory try to cash in his case, and Tyson Fury knocks him out.
Did we know Tyson Fury was in the crowd prior to that happening?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there.
It was well done. I was watching it, and I'm like, why is Theory going by the guardrail to cash in the case? And then, oh, okay. But it came off really good. It looked like he pummeled him with the shot, so that worked out well.
Yeah, well, prior to that, Karrion Kross got involved.
Yeah, Karrion Kross was in there.
Threw a water bottle at Drew.
Early in the match, Drew McIntyre was beating Roman Reigns up pretty badly, and Kross throws a water bottle and distracts him, and Reigns ends up changing the moment of the match. We also had oh my God, it was just so many things going on in this match at the end. It was nuts. But then Solo Sikoa shows up.
Pulls the referee out.
After it looked like Drew McIntyre had this thing.
He did have this thing won.
1-2, and he grabs the referee, shows himself. So another
member of the Bloodline.
is now involved.
What's going to happen with Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa? Is there going to be some turmoil there? But I'll be honest with you. When I book the wrestling matches and stuff, a lot of times people present that idea, and I just hate the idea of yanking the guy out doesn't lead to a DQ. It's like, well, nobody yanked out somebody for Drew McIntyre at that point. Obviously, it was to screw Roman Reigns, to screw Drew McIntyre over, and it's like I've never understood why that move isn't a DQ. But
and the DQ would end the result the same way, with Roman still being the unified champion. It would just give a win to.
No, I know.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying that there's no reason they shouldn't have done that, because that way Cardiff would have been happy because Drew gets the win, and Roman Reigns gets to keep his titles.
Right, and again, I know they weren't going to do a DQ finish and all that. It just, to me, that's a cheap way to get to that spot. That there should be a better way to do it, but they continue to go to that. Like the same thing. Like I have a manager, my manager pulls him out, but I never got disqualified for my manager, costing the match like that.
Yeah,
it was the ultimate schmoz.
Yeah,
it was schmozzy, no doubt about it.
Just not a fan.
So at the of course, then Roman Reigns does get the victory in this match. And as
a massive spear.
Yeah, huge. As he is celebrating, then Tyson Fury gets in the ring, shakes Roman Reigns' hand.
Which made no sense to me either.
It's like, okay, champ meets champ. All right, I kind of got that a little bit. And then Drew McIntyre recovers from his beating, and
they sing American Pie.
Tyson Fury starts singing American Pie,
and he's not a bad singer, actually.
No, he did all right. He was hitting notes, but it was very odd that they decided to sing at the end, and I guess maybe they were
trying to make the fans go home happy.
Yeah, make a feel-good moment at the end, because considering you had 60,000 people there that just watched their hero lose.
They do that on Raw, and they go off the air, and then they do it. So it just made it seem like the biggest match in Drew McIntyre's career that he just lost, and now he's having fun singing pub songs. I don't know.
It was odd. I don't know. I
mean, the one thing I did like about it was Tyson Fury saying, don't hang your head. It was a hell of a match. You gave it everything you got, sort of thing. So it didn't make it feel like that there's no hope for Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Drew is totally hurt by the loss. It's just another guy that Roman Reigns adds to the list of people he beat. But it was kind of an interesting ending to that.
My question.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is, it seemed like the whole setup was Cross versus Drew. So now is that where Solo Sikoa goes after Drew, and now Cross gets fast-tracked to Roman Reigns?
It is an interesting. It opens up some interesting possibilities.
Yeah,
I will say that. I don't know. I honestly, I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to. They've been working Cross into this whole thing, and he's beating up Drew McIntyre, but the goal is to win the championship.
Yeah, and he hasn't laid a hand on Reigns at all. I mean, the only thing he did was that they put the hourglass in the ring and went tick-tock.
Right. So,
or on Friday.
Yeah. So how this all turns out, I don't know. But overall, I think this was a pretty good card.
I was still disappointed by. I think they should have had Drew in that match, and at the end of the match, they should have had Paul Heyman come out and say, "Yeah, he won, but he did not win both titles. I put it in the contract for Roman Reigns, and only one of the titles was up for grabs."
That's that.
Why was Heyman not there either?
Well, they're selling his recovery of the F5 on the announce table from SummerSlam.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's too beat up to hop on a plane. A private plane.
Paul Heyman was actually there. Paul Heyman was backstage.
Yeah, so I don't know. But like I said, overall, though, I think that they did a nice job. Gunther set up well. I think he got Bayley and Bianca Belair set up well. Rollins and Riddle.
Got his name back.
Yeah, Austin's back.
Yeah, Austin and Matt are back.
We finally got the Mysterios that'll be facing off with each other. So I think overall you've set the table.
And ironically, after all that, the biggest thing they're pushing right now on Monday Night Raw is the U.S. title match between The Miz and Bobby Lashley in a steel cage.
I thought it was Braun Strowman coming back.
We were going to mention that in just a second here on the Mark Hoke Show on KDWN 101.5 FM, 720 AM, best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. And by the way, don't forget Wardlow on the show coming up here in just a little bit in our bonus second hour. So make sure you stick around to hear from the AEW TNT champion. And by the way, also I want to congratulate Luther Goulding. So he's got a $25 gift certificate from Unique Eats coming.
Good food.
So so thank you, Luther. Congratulations to you, and thank you to Dominic at Unique Eats. And once again, they're over at 3100 South Durango, Suite 100 here in Las Vegas. So go check them out.
And thanks for listening, Luther.
Yeah, thank you. So now coming up on Monday Night Raw, as you guys mentioned, apparently Mr. Strowman is back. This is all over the dirt sheets that Braun Strowman, I guess the Control Your Narrative wasn't paying the bills.
Apparently EC3 is going to be controlling his own narrative now.
Yeah, with Braun Strowman.
Oh, that's what Riddle got in trouble for, is controlling his own narrative.
Wow. You just come up with every little thing that you can to...
Absolutely.
I've set you up for an entire hour.
I can say it all on the air because none of it's banned by the FCC.
There you go. But Braun Strowman is apparently coming back, the former Universal Champion, and lackey to Bray Wyatt.
I was about to say, surprised that he's back before Bray.
I was a little shocked too, but Strowman apparently is going to be making his return. Guys,
Bray
your thoughts?
has a lot more options than Strowman, it seems like. So,
yeah. I think it's a good move because I didn't think they should have gotten rid of the guy who was just in the world title picture right before he got fired anyway. But as long as they don't have a world title on Raw, there's no point in putting him on Raw.
Well, see that situation's got to be resolved.
Look at that heavyweight division now. You know, you got Drew right there. Now you got Cross. Now you got Strowman. You know, rumors are Bray Wyatt. You know, unless he, takes the offer from Freddie Prinze Jr., whose company might start in the next 2 years.
But that's why you need the two belts, because then you can split up, and all of a sudden you have enough guys on either side to fight for either belt.
Yeah, and that whole
you just have one big belt and everybody fights for that. Who wants to see two boxing heavyweight champions? You want to see one heavyweight champion?
You have that, but the problem is USA wants a champion on Raw.
That's where the main issue is coming in right now, is that USA is not, the USA Network, who Monday Night Raw airs on, is not happy that they don't have their own champion on the show, because when the belts were unified at WrestleMania, and well, they're not unified, they're both being carried by the same person. So we have one champion with two titles. Reigns was the Universal Champion, which was the belt on SmackDown. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship was on
Raw.
Raw. So you don't really have an individual champion for USA Network. They're ticked. Fox is loving it. They're fine.
Well, they're not either, because Reigns is still not on the show that often. They're both of them don't want a part-time champion, and I don't blame them. That was the argument with Brock Lesnar for all those years, is he would show up once every 5 or 6 weeks, and it's ridiculous.
Well, how happy would USA Network be if they say, okay, we're going to have one champion for you. It's Austin Theory.
I think they'd be happier than having no champion at all.
Well, that's on WWE for just not having Reigns show up on Raw enough,
Well, that's on Vince McMahon for the contract that he signed Reigns to. Yeah, I agree.
I heard one of the most ridiculous stats that I've ever heard when Michael Cole talked about Roman Reigns' 2-year reign, and this was only his 23rd title defense in 2 years. Hulk Hogan probably had 190.
Let's see. All joking aside, you'd have 104. There are 104 weeks in 2 years. You should have at least 60 title defenses.
Yeah.
What about house shows? It's like, what about Raws? That's like, if there's 24 pay-per-views in 2 years, you don't even defend the title on every pay-per-view, let alone the few times he did, defended it against Riddle, and he's had title defenses. It's like, I was shocked by that number.
Oh, it's completely ridiculous and unacceptable.
And of course, in the older days of wrestling, especially in territories of the NWA and WWF as well, the champion was out there wrestling 5-6 days a week defending the championship.
And that's why you
twice on Sunday.
Yeah, a lot of times. Flair would defend twice on Sunday a lot.
And that's why you can't say that the Reigns era is comparable to Bruno Sammartino or Hulk Hogan, because it's not even close. Because you're right, Reigns in 2 years hasn't defended it as much as Hulk Hogan did in 6 months.
In a month.
And Bruno, forget it. He defended it every day. Like, Hogan was never on TV unless it was to promote an angle at a house show. But Bruno Sammartino was every day until he got his neck broken.
Who do you guys think is going to be the one to knock Reigns off? I would lean.
I think it's Cody. I think Cody Rhodes
is going to be the guy, but Cody's still going to be out for another 5 or 6 months.
I think if Cody Rhodes hadn't gotten hurt, he would have already knocked him off.
Maybe. I think Cody would have won Money in the Bank.
Well,
for sure.
Now we have, as we've seen with Triple H in charge, and Hit Rose back, and they squashed the models, and Cross is back, and Loomis is back. Well, how do we know there's not animosity with Triple H toward Cody Rhodes? the throne and all this stuff. Cody Rhodes took a lot of shots specifically at Triple H.
That's an excellent point. And Rhodes was signed when Vince McMahon was still the guy in charge.
Right. So is there a possibility that, Rhodes doesn't get what Rhodes was expecting? Because Triple H's guy is Karrion Kross, not Cody Rhodes.
It is a very fascinating dynamic with that change. I would agree with that.
The other name that I think
Strowman. Strowman.
The other name that I think that could very easily knock off Roman Reigns is Seth freaking Rollins.
That would be good too, but of course, you still got The Rock in your back pocket too.
But they don't need Reigns to have the title for The Rock to face him.
They don't. But
I think if Roman Reigns is the champion, it's a slam dunk that Reigns beats The Rock. But if it's not for the title, there's a good chance that at least it makes it. I still think Reigns is going to go over, and I think that's The Rock's job. And, I was arguing with my kid about it yesterday. It's like, yeah, but if Rock wins, then they could do it the year after at WrestleMania. It's like, he could be running for president by then. It's like, to say 2 years down the road, Reigns is going to get his victory. I'm pretty sure that the idea is for Reigns to win against The Rock.
There was an interview with Triple H, and he was talking about he was doing some show like the Emmys or something, and there was a picture of The Rock standing, getting ready to do the People's Elbow. And he took a picture of the cardboard cutout of The Rock and sent it to The Rock, saying, "This is this is what you miss doing movies and TV because apparently he had goosebumps all over his leg or whatever The Rock did." He goes, "You'll never get that doing movies and TV. You only get that in the live event." So they're definitely working The Rock to be back for WrestleMania.
Well, did you see at the match when Roman Reigns hit it and they called it the Rock Bottom?
Yes, they did. I was just going to say that happened during that match too. That The Rock Reigns did The Rock's finishing
that
move.
Before.
No, and actually it was funny. They didn't one of them change it, say a different name for the move then after that? I think they did.
That I'm not sure
if I remember right, but yeah, that was interesting. That this is a fascinating time in WWE because with Vince leaving, Triple H is bringing all these people back, and there's definitely a new philosophy going on there. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, what's best for business?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that AJ Styles, for instance, wasn't on the card anywhere in Cardiff.
Yeah, I don't know. I was satisfied.
Session with Omos, so he couldn't make it.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
I was pretty satisfied with this card.
I was too, but AJ Styles to me is the one guy they're leaving out, and I don't like the way that he's being used in WWE right now.
Yeah,
I think Lashley wasn't even on the show, right?
Nope.
No, like I said, and he's defending Monday, and it's in a steel cage to stop Dexter Lumis from getting in, apparently. So that's why it's the Miz and Lashley for the United States Championship in a steel cage.
Who wants, again, the way he's booked, who in their right mind thinks that the Miz has any shot in the world?
Maybe
the Miz does.
Maybe Dexter Lumis helps the Miz out and gives Miz the title. That would be kind of freaky.
That would be a horrendous reign for Lashley if that's how it went down.
Yeah,
you can't lose to
horrible.
the Miz.
I understand that. I'm just throwing something fun out there. But yeah, this is going to be. We've got Extreme Rules coming up from Philadelphia in about a month.
Yeah, and then a month after that is Survivor Series.
They're running the same day as me. These guys. It's like Jesus.
Is it on a Saturday again then, or is it a Sunday?
Yeah, Saturday, October 8th. We try to do anything but the big shows. We've just announced we're doing the Mecca on the 23rd, which is a Sunday. But it's like usually our Saturdays are free. It's like the only time at WWE runs Saturdays when I want to run a show.
I really quickly, because I know we're going to go to break shortly. So what do you guys think of in tonight's NXT event, Ricochet fighting for the North American title?
I think that was completely unnecessary. That smells like
a fun match, and it's a good match for Carmelo Hayes to get. And bottom line is Ricochet's probably not going to win. But hey, look what they've done. They brought in Dolph Ziggler, and he won a big match, and he won the title for a little while. And they try to bring in the Apollo Crews is pretty much down there full time. And especially with Triple H, I saw an interview being done with somebody, and they were talking about Wade Barrett, and it was about how it's totally got changed, to the new NXT. Well, I'm pretty sure Triple H is probably going to bring back some of those familiar faces, maybe a Bobby Fish or whatever, to try to have a happy medium between the old NXT and the new NXT.
And I think this is really being done to boost Carmelo Hayes up too. That call up's got to be coming any minute. So I would think this is probably
but I
more
thought
to
that,
help.
Are they bringing up Braun Breakers, or is he losing to Tyler Bate?
I don't know if he's ready yet. I think
they said they were bringing up Braun Breaker 6 months ago, and then they didn't. So
I don't think there's any need to bring him up yet. Let him get his time down there. Let him get his time. I'm good with that. But,
I am too. I don't think he's ready.
Yeah, of course, this is the Mark Hoke Show on KDWN 101.5 FM 720 AM. And coming up next hour, we're going to shift our focus a little bit to AEW because All Out's tonight. And we're going to hear from the TNT champ himself, Wardlow, on the show. The big man, Mr. Mayhem, Powerbomb Symphony time. So stick around for that. And, of course, follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show, and go to markhokeshow.com. Check out everything we've got going on there. Joe DeFalco, Andrew Fish Fain, and myself, Mark Hoke. Stick around. Wardlow coming up on KDWN. Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join The Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.